let's get to a fun one that I really, really enjoy. Um, and that is Awake My Soul. Now, right away, I told myself I am 100% going to just play the vocals for a small section of this song because at the end of the day, Tasha is so good at singing. So it's like you have to just give it to her for a little bit. Just be like, oh gosh, so good. It blesses you, right? Anything that blesses you, man, uh, you know, share it because it's worth sharing. Um, but yeah, let's go to so at our church, we use this thing that enables you to pull the different instruments out of a song. It's kind of become mainstream. It's kind of become built into most softwares now. And so that includes Logic, which is what I use on this iPad. And so, yeah, we're able to just pull out the stem, which just means you pull out just the vocals of a song, and you're able to just listen to that without any other instrumentation. We do the same thing with drums. We have an instrumental. There's one that says right here, it says guitar and keys plus the drums, just a little bit of drums just to make sure you can hear the time. And then the last one would be the bass and the drums. So yeah, before we go any further, I'm just gonna scroll over to Tasha's part and let it bless us. This is gonna be, I believe, the second verse.
It's crazy.
So I'm gonna go back just a little bit. So I think this is the build out of the
His
first
praise
chorus. Let's
aloud.
see.
Sing his
Praise.
praise aloud.
Here she comes.
Hallelujah.
So good.
His praise. There is a sound that changes things, the sound of his people on their knees. Awake up, you slumbering, it's time to worship him. Awake my soul and...
So good. And then even at the end too, one thing that I really appreciate is the fact that Brooke, the other singer on this song, she wrote the whole song. So it's like to have Tasha Cobbs and Brooke on the same track. And this is like the radio version, right? So I get it. It's supposed to be more condensed. It's supposed to be, shorter sections and just straight to the point. But man, you could really just elaborate on some of these sections and just let people worship, and it's crazy because she can worship really well. And if you have any singer at your church that can elaborate on her worship or his worship, uh, you can't keep that bottled up. You got to let people do what they're going to do for the Lord. So anyways, I just thought it was definitely worth listening to. Let's listen to the last section.
Awake my soul and sing his praise aloud, sing his praise aloud. Oh, awake my soul and sing his praise aloud, sing his praise aloud.
So good. It actually makes me think too, like it'd be kind of interesting if you put a click to just the vocals and then you just played to it. How that could actually give you a lot of ideas, either acoustically, like if you do acoustic worship at your church, or just for a special service, um, it's almost like it reminds me of if there was like a DJ just playing vocal tracks, right? And then they had like a real band playing the other instruments. But man, what a good song. I don't really have any crazy pointers for the actual song. It's pretty straightforward, and the chords look pretty normal. Granted, it's in F, so you've got at least one flat, right? The B flat. So not too horrible. Ironically, for our church too, in our kids ministry, we we pride ourselves in letting that be a place that the next generation can be built up, not only spiritually, right? People and kids in the congregation, but also on stage. So, we have some of our youth that play in the band. And the way we can do that is because we not only have songs that are basically like four chords, but another thing is I try to keep songs either in C, let's say for songs anywhere from E all the way down to like C or B. But then we try to keep everything as well in the key of F. So, and that's also a way that you can, if you're playing in C, you can land on the F, and that could be your one chord at the end of the 1 to 4, the four chord that I was talking about earlier. And then it being an F, yeah, you've got a B flat, and you've got some other, the F chord alone on a guitar is so dumb to play. So you always have to modify and make it sound better or easier to play, either with a capo or just a different voicing. But yeah, so the fact that this one's an F, I mean, I might actually be considering playing this song in our kids ministry, because even if we just did the chorus, 1 4 5 6 4 5, not too crazy. But yeah, keeping songs in those two types of keys, C and F, is actually really powerful for people that are trying to learn. And if you had this in a main service, you could probably have some of your volunteers play it without skipping a beat.